apparently. I don't know. I'm very much in a I don't give a shit kind of mood today. Because I really don't. And yet I'm here. There's a sense of duty and responsibility that I don't really give a fuck about. I don't know what happened, but I feel like all of the bogus bullshit that's been going on in the world really has taken a lot of empaths and put them at this point of, I really don't care about anything or anyone anymore. Who else feels that way? If you are somebody who feels that way, please let me know, because I'm really, really struggling to find a fuck to give these days. If you feel that way too, please do let me know. I don't know, maybe it's all of this Leo season energy, sleeping lion and all of that. Maybe when the sun moves into the sign of Virgo, which it's going to be doing on the 22nd, we might actually get into that productive Virgo energy where shit starts moving again. We get things done the right way, the efficient way. I know that there are so many parts of us individually that need so much maintenance. And when Mercury goes into the sign of Virgo, you know, it's going to be all systems go, and everybody's going to want to get a move on and get things done, and there's going to be this increase in cerebral energy and this mental focus to actually really just have this laser eye for detail and being practical. And then we have this lunar eclipse. This was the lunar eclipse that I was born on. It's the lunar eclipse of Pisces, and this really is about endings and new beginnings, and who would know better than that than yours truly. And so I feel like a lot of us are preparing for a lot of things in our lives to naturally come to a close. And that is never a bad thing, because when one door closes, another one bursts open. That's the way the world works. House rules. The energy that is brought here is inevitably the energy that's returned, be it good, be it bad, be it whatever it is. And if you want to book a reading with me, which I strongly suggest you do, because let's be honest, there are so many of you out here that are buying these £4,000 courses that really don't work for you. But one thing I can assure you is that you sit with me for 1 hour and I will change the rest of your life. And that is a guarantee. Okay. Should we do it then? Since we have to? Since I have to. You don't have to. You don't have to be here. There is, however, a rule that goes on here. If you do wish to receive any of the benefits of this reading, you have got to be subscribed and you've got to have hit the thumbs up button. So to all of my loyal lovelies, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry I can't be more enthusiastic or more entertained or entertaining or more... I just don't have any more to give. I feel like I've given it all, and now I just could care less. And maybe this is the new trajectory. And as a Virgo, I feel like a lot of you Virgos might actually still be in that place where you are willing to give to a whole bunch of people that don't fucking appreciate shit. I, however, am not one of those people. I'm really just not one of those people that has the energy to exert to waste. Because when you've actually got life, when there's actually so much real stuff going on in your life, you really don't give a shit. And stupid, unintelligent, boring fucking bullshit is just not cutting it anymore. It's just not fun. And I don't give a fuck for something that's not fun. Oh, Lord. I don't know. I find myself spending less time on the internet and less time around people, because there's so many things that people say and do that just annoy the shit out of me. And so I find, like, I can't even watch television. I can't be around people for too long these days. I like to be in silence, in meditation. Me and God. Allah. Me and Allah. That's it. What else? Trying to find a fuck to give. And I really do think this is that Leo energy. I can't be bothered, y'all. I really cannot be bothered. I can't be bothered. And I think maybe that's the state that things have got to. I don't know, maybe my energy has been siphoned enough by all of you weirdos that have been out there doing your weird Reiki signals to my videos. But I don't know, I believe in evolution. I believe like there is only so much that someone can do. And when you've reached like such a high level of like intellect and you just look at people being dumb as shit, it's so boring. It's so boring. And so here we are, Virgo. This is supposed to be our time, and I just feel like the fun has been sucked out of it. And like I said, I'm trying to find a fuck to give, and I just can't find one. I honestly was like, what is the point of even reading for these people? Who's paying attention? I mean, like, whose life has really changed? Who's really made big, significant changes in their lives? So what is that? A waste of energy? On whose part? On your part? On my part? Is that what we're doing? Because people seem to be so entertained with like the most brainless, low IQ, boring bullshit. And I feel like providing information of substance and intellect has become something that's so overlooked. I, for one, can't sit with idiots. I can't do it. I can't have a conversation with a fucking moron without feeling like my skin is crawling. My skin is itching. It's just, I can't. I don't want to do it. And so looking for a fuck to give really has got me to this point now where it's like, what is this? What is the internet? What are these tarot readings? Who are the people that's watching this shit? You know? Who are they? And what are they doing with this information? Are they actually applying it to their lives? Or is it just more consumption? Consuming. Surrounded by idiotic nonsense foolery. Tomfoolery. Absolute fucking bullshit. Because when I'm really, really real, a lot of people can't handle it. They don't like it. They get their knickers in a twist and then they start acting like little bitches, throwing their toys out their prams. And I don't care for that nonsense. Like, sis, whoever the fuck you think you are, I don't care who you are. Sun enters Virgo. Who else is ready for it? I know I certainly am, because this Leo energy really has got me like, I don't care. I just don't care. Media, social media, the actual like unintelligible nonsense that's available on the fucking internet. Someone let me go and hide in my cave. I'm going to run away to a cave. And I do not want to be disturbed. Is everybody okay with that? Please do not disturb. Who's ready? Virgo. What do you need me to tell you? I know what I should start doing. I should start doing silent tarot, where I just pull out the card and I hold it in front of the camera and you can make your own interpretation of it. Virgo, before your season starts, before we get into this lunar eclipse energy, before Mercury even moves into your sign and goes home and things start making sense again, what exactly is it, Virgo, that you need me to tell you right before your season? Obviously, there will be a reading for Virgo season. But before that, Cancerian energy, the Chariot card, there is a focus on you needing to go with it, run with it. This is home energy. This is energy about the home. What do I need to tell Virgo about the home? There is a victory, Virgo, with a Cancerian. There is a victory of where you may have decided to go in between the fray, where the societal norms of doolally bullshit just don't apply to you because you really don't give a flying fuck about what society thinks, what society wants, who the fuck is involved in society. And here you are, Virgo, being wildly victorious about it. If you are one of those people that I'm talking to that really has got to this point now with society, everything that they demand from you, all of their societal regulations and rules really don't mean shit to you. If you are one of those people, you're welcome here. Everybody else who's performative and clowning and costuming for societal approval, fuck off. I can't be bothered with you. Everybody else who is just at that point now where you know home is where the heart is, and the more energy that you're pouring into your heart right now before your season, and this is for me too, I'm reading this for me too, because maybe there is somewhere in my heart space that I have been falling a bit short, but there is something here that is saying that if you really are willing to take the energy that you may have been placing externally and bring that energy back to home, home is where the heart is. Maybe there is energy that needs to be brought home to the heart because there's a victory in that. Virgo, before your season, what do you need me to tell you? Justice. Virgo, there is some form of karmic justice that is being brought to you. You may need to be the voice of reason a little bit, and you may need to kind of set some records straight for yourself, Virgo. There is somewhere where you are being asked to go in between the black and the white. Write it, right? Write it. Expect some kind of karmic justice to work out in your favor, because this is all leading to a victory for you, Virgo. There is somewhere here where you're really gonna have to balance out a few scales for yourself, and a lot of that might come with really firm conversation, very direct results, very direct movements. Other than that, I don't understand why this Libra has shown up, other than to be a pain in your ass, as always. Quite literally for some of you. That is the Eight of Swords, and that is the Star. Virgo, you are on the brink, the precipice of an absolute breakthrough, especially when it comes to your work. There is somewhere where you're going to have to expand. There is somewhere where you're going to have to get into the zone. And I think up until from now, until Libra season, you will be seeing this victory come forward if you're really willing to ride in between the fray. Get your head down to what you know brings you real finances, because there is somewhere where you're going to have to go with the flow a little bit. And there is somewhere where you're really going to have to look at what it is that you need to do in order to expand. The expansion that you are brave enough to take is going to take you pulling back your energy from places where it may have been wasted, because you're now being told to be a lot more brave about your actions and your movements, your conversation and the such. You're going to have to be living life in between the fray, which means a middle finger up to societal norms, okay? Now, if I'm talking to you and you're hearing this, you better listen to me, because you're being told to expand. You're being told to get bigger. You're being told to follow those dreams. You're being told to get to work. Get your head in victory mode. Focus on the home. You will need to be the voice of reason, and you will absolutely need to be very much operating from a place of balance when it comes to the give and take of your energy, your time, your resources. A lot of that energy you're going to have to pull back. And you know where a lot of that energy is going to have to go? In you pursuing those dreams. So one thing I'm going to totally tell you, expect a victory, but until you haven't pulled your energy away from those places that are literally siphoning your energy from you, those energy vampires that are literally throwing you off your game, until you're not willing to like really take charge with that, there's no way you're going to be able to apply yourself in the way that you need to apply yourself to make these dreams come true. Because I promise you, the minute you get really hyper focused, and this is what Mercury and Virgo is all about, this is that precision, this is that increased mental focus, that is that next level intelligence. Okay, focus on what it is that you know creates boundaries and barriers. Ugh, I love it. Before your season, you're going to have to align with the inherent truth of the matter. And for a lot of you, that really has a lot to do with where it is that you know that there are contracts that will be made to you. You will be offered these contracts, you will be offered these positions of working as a team, where your part that you play is exactly where it needs to be. Okay? You will see, the more you're willing to take ownership and the more you're willing to do things differently, okay, not the way that society has expected you to do shit, the more you're willing to do things in your own way, right? Because none of this matrix bullshit is real. It's all a projection of your nature and your nurture. So when I say to you, take your nurture, Cancerian energy, this is the emotionality of safety, the emotionality of home, the emotionality of being in a world where you are safe and secure. That comes from a very grounded position. You are being told to ride in between the fray with that grounded energy. Because the more willing you are to take that risk and do things differently, and the more willing you are to balance those scales by being the fucking voice of reason when you need to be the voice of reason, the more willing you are to get your ass to work on what you know brings you money. I'm not talking about your passions. I'm not even talking about your hobbies. I'm talking about what you do that brings you money, okay? The more you're willing to pour yourself into that, the more you're willing to expand yourself, the more you're willing to actually perceive this victory, there will be a contract that is offered to you that is going to afford you a lot of money, a lot of prosperity, and a lot of wealth. Now, a lot of you might not even get to that level because you're really not taking care of the home. Like I said, the heart, the home is where the heart is. Oh, sweaty. And that's why you're not doing it. This is why you're not doing it. Because there is still this energy of playing small, being trapped, prisoner of your own making, la 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 la. I'm so bored of that shit. I'm so bored of this Eight of Swords. How many times have we seen this Eight of Swords for your reading, Virgo? How many times? I am bored as shit of that card. I don't want to look at it. Anybody else who is like holding themselves back at this point is doing a massive disservice to themselves, and let them just go ahead and do that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, what do you want me to waste my breath on? Why am I even wasting my breath? This is why I can't be bothered. This is why I can't be bothered to do this anymore. How many times are we going to go over the same fucking card? If there is a reason why you are self-sabotaging, you know what? Just sit down with yourself and have a fucking conversation as to why it is you hate yourself so much. I'm done. I can't be bothered. It's too hot. Why is this energy still even coming up? Like, what? if you decide that this is just not where you want to be, then please know that there are invitations that are coming towards you that are actually mighty fortunate. These invitations that might actually lead you to brand new doors being opened up for you. What you might find is that there is a very fiery, spicy message that is being made towards you that actually might be one that is really wildly fortunate. Should I get that card? Fine, I got it. That's what it is. That's what it is. So, to recap, because I don't want to make this too long, because I don't care to. You have work to do on the home. And for a lot of you, that home really is your heart space. Coming out of Leo season, there will be some form of a karmic justice that you're going to have to bring about, especially when it comes to you balancing out the give and take of the energy that you are giving, as well as being the voice of reason. You will be celebrated, there will be recognition, and there will be plenty of rewards. You're being asked to redirect your focus as we enter this sun entering into your sign, and to actually put the practicality, the productivity, and the get things done kind of mentality in full effect, because your efficiency is your strong point. And there are certain bits of routine maintenance that you're going to have to do to yourself, which involve expansion. For a lot of you, as the sun moves into the sign of Virgo, there will be a contract that you're being offered. This contract is a lot more money than you may have even perceived yourself to be receiving. You do, however, have to prepare for the fortunate events that are about to take place, because a lot of them have to do with you opening up the heart chakra. Okay, let me move these cards here so everybody can see the storyline that I'm following. I don't care to explain this. I don't care to get into this. If you're still here, that's your problem. I don't have energy to waste on this shit anymore, other than it's been how many months of summer and this card keeps coming up, and it's like, if you're not paying attention already, don't fucking waste my time. I don't give a fuck. Those of you that actually care to act on this information, because I'm not here wasting my breath for no one or nothing, that's why I'm going to cut these readings short. Because until I don't actually see evidence and proof that you guys are actually improving in your own lives, I don't fucking care to do this anymore. Okay? You're gonna have to bring about a voice of reason and a balance to the give and take. Alright? There is some sort of karmic justice that is playing out, especially when it comes to the home space. So when I tell you take care of your heart, what I'm saying is prepare for this victory. Because the more willing you are to be that pragmatic, practical Virgo that's really bringing the energy back into what brings you finances. And my money don't come from anywhere other than God. So I don't know where your money comes from, but the more you're willing to align with that, the more easier it is for you to expand. Right now is a time of expansion, because there is a contract that is in your aura that is going to be bringing you a lot of money. For a lot of you, these contracts are partnerships, new jobs, new relationships, whatever it is. Please expect something fun and flirty to come forward to you. This is going to be mighty fortunate, and however this comes about, this is something that is going to open up your heart. So when I say to you, let's get prepared, heart chakra meditations, clean out your house, be very willing to ride in between the fray. The more willing you are to do things in a way that may be deemed, I don't know, breaking the rules, you're gonna have to do it, right? Because when I say you've got to run in between the black and the white, that does not mean run on societal paths that are battered and beaten. You know that beaten path? You're gonna have to step outside. What you think is the norm. You're gonna have to step outside of the conventional. And you're gonna have to do it because the more brazen, the more audacity you have about it, the more panache, the more likely you are to be aligning with the expansion that's required of you right now, so that when this message comes through, when you have this message, right, you will see for yourself how fortunate it is, and you will see for yourself how it opens up your heart. So everyone, do me a favor. I'm gonna be back on the camera tomorrow because right now, as you can see, I really don't care to get into this even more. Heart. The heart. The heart. It's the heart. This isn't working on the heart. I'm not even getting into this. I don't care if this is the energy that you're in. That's your problem. I've done it. I've been there. I've spoken about it till I'm blue in the freaking face. I'm not continuing on with this energy anymore. And if you're still here, then stop wasting my time. There is so much good stuff on its way. You will have to be very aware of the balance. And you're gonna have to be that voice of reason. And when I say to you, you're gonna have to be in between the fray, don't be afraid to break some rules. Okay? Don't really be living for societal norms. Don't do that. Your victory doesn't come from following the beaten path. It won't come from following all these fucking fake rules of this bullshit society. You're gonna have to get back in the zone. Okay? For those of you I'm talking to, you're gonna have to get back in the zone. Now, what that means for you in particular, as Mercury moves into your sign, as we have these endings with this Pisces lunar eclipse, expansion. Think bigger. Think beyond. Look beyond what you've been told you're allowed to do and what you've been told you can't do. Because when I say to you, you breaking the rules is what is going to bring you this wildly fortunate contract, then trust me, you're gonna have to be a little bit brave about it too. Because you know what is stepping in now really is about to rock your socks. I'm so happy I delivered that to you. I love you. All right, I'm gone for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.